Hi, this is Grandma Laurie. Today's story is Maximum Murph Detective Agency, off to the races. Max and Murphy were excited. Mom had entered them both into the annual Wiener Dog Races. This year, Murphy just knew he was going to win. The boys trained and practiced and trained for weeks. They'd run around the backyard like they had the zoomies, back and forth, back and forth. One time, they almost knocked their big brother Finnegan down. Murphy was especially excited. He trained and trained, even after Max went inside or laid down on the back porch. Max was much larger than Murphy. He lumbered more than ran. He didn't especially love running the way Murphy did, so he was happy to watch from the sidelines as Murphy trained. The day of the race arrived. Mom made sure they didn't have anything to eat before the big race. Auntie Laurie made sure the truck's back seat was doubly protected with several layers of towels and blankets, just in case. They were off. Finnegan was glad to be able to stay home with Grandma. He was getting older and could use some peace and quiet for once. The plan for the race was simple. Auntie Laurie would load the boys into their starting positions, and Mom would wait at the end of the course to call the boys to her. There was a big crowd, so when the announcer said, "All the racers are ready. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go!" And they were off. At first, Max and Murphy were neck and neck. It didn't take long, though, for Max to tire out. He lay down right in the middle of all the other racers and panted until Auntie Laurie came to get him. As she put his leash on his harness, Auntie Laurie said, "Well, Maxie, you did better this year than last. Let's go sit on the sidelines and see how Murphy does." The rest of the contestants were running so fast as they could. Murphy knew he'd have to break from the pack soon, so he made his way closer to the front of everyone. Down at the other end of the course, as Mom waited for Murphy to cross the finish line, she noticed a bunny sitting in the middle of the course, eating grass. "Oh no," she said to herself, "he's going to get run over." Bobby thought he heard something, but he wasn't sure what. The noise was getting louder. Bobby the bunny looked up and saw, all the dogs racing toward him. He'd better run. Bobby started to run off the course, but the dog in front saw him and veered off to chase him. What happened next was just chaos. As Bobby ran into the crowd, all the dogs followed, and soon there were no dogs left on the race course, except Murphy. Murphy saw everyone else running off in another direction, but he knew where he had to be, so he stayed the course. Before long, he crossed the finish line, the only one of the racers to do so. Murphy wins! On their way home, both Max and Murphy were tired, too tired to worry about their stomachs, so they didn't get sick. Max went right to sleep as soon as they got into the house, while Murphy curled up in Mom's arms. "You had a good day today, buddy," said Mom as she heard Murphy gently snoring. This has been Grandma Laurie. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Good night.